Hey, what's up? Silas here. This is going to be the first of a new series called Links I Like, where I find things I find interesting, share them with you, and see if you guys like them as well. The first one's going to be Diversity in Comics. This is a channel I found that covers comic books in diverse ways. He talks about the history of comic books, he reviews comic books by reading through them, he talks about things about the industry, about the hires and the certain techniques they do, so certain targeting of demographics and potential changes with sales and things like that. So if you're interested in comic books, if you like the material in this channel where he actually goes in and talks about some political and social things while he's giving these reviews in a very humorous and comedic manner, I think you'll like the material that he makes, so definitely check it out. Now, the way I found this is because somebody commented on the Black Panther video that I did that I was making fun of this meme where white people are ostensibly complaining that in the movie Black Panther there's not enough white actors, and then black people are saying, hey, this is why are you guys complaining about this? There was 6 Lord of the Rings movies and there was not a single black actor in them. And then I took that further and said, look, Black Panther is actually an African superhero. So why are you using black people that are American, German, or British? Why don't you actually go to Africa and find actual Africans to act in this? But it doesn't matter. It's an imaginary character. You shouldn't really care about where it's coming from. Just how, like in the movie, I think not the movie, the play Hamilton, based on American history, they actually made the point to say no white people should apply for these positions. They wanted to make it all ethnic, even though I don't like that term ethnic because white people have different ethnicities. But they wanted it to be all brown or all colored or however you want to say it, just non-white European, etc. So somebody commented that they said they were looking forward to the movie. I'm looking forward to the Black Panther movie. From the previews, it looks pretty good. But I started thinking, okay, what about Black Panther comic book? I was trying to remember from when I used to read comic books more, and the person commented and said that he reads comics more and the character has been treated in a decent way. It was actually created by Jack Kirby. He's a Jewish guy, one of the famous old-time creators, created a lot of different characters. I think he was responsible for creating the Fantastic Four, if I'm not mistaken, and a few other things, possibly even Spider-Man, at least along with Stan Lee. But anyway, he was talking about how Ta-Nehisi Coates or something was tapped to be one of the people writing for Black Panther, and I knew he was more of these. He's a pro-black kind of act person. I don't know where I'd seen some of his writing. I'd seen some of his writing towards more Black Power movements and things like that. I don't know if it's directly Black Power, but he's definitely a pro-black type of social activist in his social writing. And so I was wondering, how are the comic books going? And I did some kind. Sorry. I did a few searches online, and I ended up finding the channel. I ended up finding this Diversity in Comics channel, and there was this character in particular. The video that made me actually think of making this series and making this video. Links are going to be below, of course. He was talking about Riri Williams, and Riri Williams is currently the new Iron Man, actually called Ironheart. And some of her development story, apparently she was in school. I think this was in middle school because right now she's 15. But this was back some years back where apparently she was trying to argue with the teacher that there's all these, this general social atmosphere where it's anti-black people. As a black woman, as a black girl, she had all these hurdles, and the teacher was trying to say, no, you could do this, you could do that, and she's kind of fighting against that. Then the teacher finally says, okay, you can't be Iron Man because you're a black girl. This is paraphrasing, of course. You can check it out and find out exactly what was said. But that apparently gives her the drive to now, I'm going to be something. I'm going to make something out of my life. And she ends up stealing some of his plans because apparently she's also one of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe. And it seems like whenever they find these new characters, the strongest character, the smartest person is always like a Muslim or a female this or a black that. And it's cheap. It's tokenism. Well, anyway, she comes in, she steals that stuff. And the person was making a case saying that, hey, this is actually the general archetype of a supervillain. In comic books, there are certain archetypes where in the past, a comic book, a superhero, be they male or female or whatever, alien or robotic or whatever, the superhero character had threats to overcome. They were in danger. The general society normally didn't support them, didn't like them. They normally used to have hidden identities, so people didn't even know who they were. But then now these are being replaced by these one-punch hit kind of people where it's like, yes, they never in threat. Everybody loves them. They're taking selfies here and there. Like, wow, I'm a celebrity, I'm this and this. When superhero used to be not a calling, not a burden, but it used to be something that with great power comes great responsibility. Right now, it's just like, oh wow, I have this great power. Like, am I responsible for it? It's just, and that was actually very well encompassed by this last review that I I checked out, where this character comes from this place in Europe, and this another imaginary country in Europe. They attack the people in America. And this was showing how you're saying this is a 15-year-old with a 5-year-old's mind, because in the review she's like, this person attacked American soil. What am I gonna do? Like, American soil, you're supposed to say it made an attack on American soil, blah blah blah. But anyway, that character comes in, so she goes back to that country and deposes that leader, takes that leader down, that character down. That's a dictator of this country, I guess, the leader of this country, and then she says, now I'm the leader. She takes over a country, just arbitrarily. If any of us went to North Korea and took down the leadership there, even though we don't agree with what North Korea is doing, most of us don't, we would be villains. We would be despots. We wouldn't be accepted by society. But there it's like, oh, whoops, I took over this country. So this is kind of, what I'm trying to say is, where does this come from? These creators doing this, these diversity hires that are behind this kind of writing and this kind of demographic targeting, are they necessarily just trying to show women in this powerful note, or show women in this infantilized sense? Yet there's kind of giving a tell where we all kind of know that we were gestated in females. We were often raised by females. We understand that females have this innate power that might not be as overt or direct as a male strength. It might not be straight physical strength, like overpowering you physically, but they have the ability to control people. They have the ability to get people to do things for them. And if you just let them do whatever they want to every whim and fancy that they have, that can end up destroying the actual thing that you think you value, or the thing they want. You know, it's a situation where by doing this this diversity hiring and these things, you actually end up destroying the companies that were built by focusing on males, by actual male writers and creators. These people are coming in and changing the characters, making Thor female. I think just these diversity tokenism things end up actually breaking down the actual thing that they're ostensibly saying they want to be a part of. So this kind of shows, I think it kind of shows that, yeah, females can be villains. Women can be very dangerous. And I think they're kind of giving a tell. They may have fear of these groups, and that the way they write some of these characters, the way they write some of these African American characters, these Muslim characters, where no one can ever question them. They can never do no wrong. Everybody loves them. It seems very disingenuous. It seems like a thing where they actually have fear for these people. They're actually projecting something from themselves onto these people. And I don't know. So you guys check out this channel. I hope you guys like this links I like thing. I think I'm going to try to do more of them, because there's a lot of things I find where I'm like, oh, this has made me think of this. And let me know what you guys think about the channel. Check it out. Links below. Until next video, goodbye.